This is your program, Building Creative Minds for Synergy, powered by Universal Empire. Today, we shall be looking at the subject, Ethnic Crisis, Part 2. I am your host, Sir Bamba. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
We're following the latest from Lagos, Nigeria, Africa's most populous city, where protests against police brutality and specifically a notorious unit called the Special Anti-Robbery Squad have turned violent, with reports of multiple deaths. Video showing armed units firing at groups of protesters, the shocking scenes leading to an international outcry. Our senior foreign correspondent Ian Pannell has more.
In Nigeria's most populous region, it began as a peaceful protest. By the time the night was done, the streets were full of anger.
You're welcome back to our program, Building Creative Minds for Synergy. Topic, Ethnic Crisis Part 2. And today, we shall be concentrating vehemently on the discovery of how Nigeria and its popular ethnic groups were created. According to global history, before the 13th century, there was great adventure all over the world. And the explorers of the time did great justice to give themselves as responsibility to find out what constitutes the world at large. And also to map out the borderlines of all the continents of the world, but they left the definition of all the countries that constitute each continent to the definition by time in future. In the 15th century, the Portuguese traders came to Africa, precisely to this part of Africa we are, to explore our resources and take our brothers and sisters into slavery. Within this time, several other countries from Europe joined them over here. To be precise, in 1802, the British came to this place. They made three major kingdoms, although there were other small kingdoms, but were swallowed in these three kingdoms. These three kingdoms were known as internal colonial kingdoms. They colonized every other kingdom. And this period was called the scavenging for Africa. As they kept scavenging Africa, these countries almost got into eternal war among themselves over who does or does not colonize certain territories. This was what led to the Berlin Conference in 1884/85. The Berlin Conference had two topmost agendas. One, to partition Africa, and two, to abolish gender inequality. This was what gave rise to the deployment of Flora Louis Shaw, the one we call Flora Shaw popularly over here, to East-West Africa, to unravel the secret behind anti-slavery in our land. Flora Louis Shaw was deployed by the British government from British Time Guardians as a research guru, writer, editor, and publisher. When she came, she spotted two major reasons why the British were not able to conquer any piece of land in this settlement from 1802 to 1897. What were the two reasons? One, we have a very strong bond, and until they divide us, they can conquer us. So her reason as she gave was that they ought to divide us into small units in order to conquer us. Number two, we need a name to enable her give precise description of locations in a report. It was based on this she coined the name Nigeria from Niger. The word Niger is a Latin catchword, and Niger came from the origin of the word French word nigger. This was an adjective they used in identifying a black man. Anywhere they see a black man, they call him a nigger, a Niger. So it was based on this, she coined the name Nigeria and sent to the British government for endorsement, which of course was endorsed in 1897. Nigeria as a name, Nigeria as a nation was born in 1897. Let me go back to refresh our minds, because when I went to the search machine, that is Google, I was so embarrassed from the definition I saw that they called Nigeria, Niger area. That's what I mean. Nigeria is a name given to a people. Nigeria means the settlement of black people, which we call country here today. Of course, we can't deny the fact that we are black people. We are indeed black people. Just like we see the white, we call them white people. So many times, it is discovered that because of our low level of education, we feel so embarrassed and intimidated when they gave us a common identity. The truth is that King Martin Luther Jr. said, "He that is not proud of his color is not worth living." I am 100% undilutedly proud Nigerian. I am a proud black man. Anywhere I find myself, I am proud to answer the name a black man, to answer the name a Nigerian, because I am indeed a black man. I will like us to continue from here in the next edition. Check the screen for more info, our website and our YouTube channel. Thank you.